Hello everyone and welcome back to Project Ford UK. I'm Danny and this is episode 13 of my top Fords on eBay this week. In this week's episode we've got a 1987 Ford Escort van, a 1989 Ford Fiesta, a 1989 Ford Sierra XR 4x4, a Mark I Ford Escort RS 2000, and last on the list this week is a surprise. I'd like to thank everyone for keep tuning in and watching these videos. Please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and any comments as we go through this video, leave them in the comment section below, and as always I try and reply to them all. Number one on the list this week is a Ford Escort van Mark IV RS Turbo in outstanding condition with long MOT ready to go. As I'm making this video now, this car is actually sold. I think the listing has ended, but I actually include it this week because I've had two Escort vans on now. I've had a white one, a grey one, and this black one. This black one is definitely my favourite. It's a shame it sold in the time before I could make this video, but I'm going to include it anyway, and I'm going to take you through the listing now. As you can see with the pictures, this car is absolutely stunning, and it says it's a Ford Escort RS Turbo van, 1988, E-Reg, private plate will be removed once sold. This van is a full RS Turbo running gear, including gearbox, engine, which was fitted, only done 77k, clocks fitted too from the same car. Van is very quick. Now, I've not actually ever been in one of these vans with an RS turbo engine. I'd love to. I take it there's not a lot of weight to them unless you've got big sound systems in the back and ply lining, carpeting and stuff, but still, I bet they still really go. This van is in outstanding condition, was fully restored a few years back. The van is in outstanding condition, was fully restored a few years back. Van has no rust, needs no welding. It's a very solid example and has always been. Black paintwork is excellent. Inside is Cosworth leather Recaro seats, RS steering wheels, fully ply line in the rear and carpet. 17-inch soft line alloys with new tyres in outstanding condition. Electric windows, central locking, Clifford alarm. The van drives A1, no faults. I think you'll agree with the pictures of this van. It looks in amazing condition. Stunning as it sits there on the road. Definitely have this. The price has gone now as the listing seems to have ended, but I think it was on for £7,500, 77,000 miles as well. That was the original car, which they swapped all the bits over. I don't know how many the van had done, but it looks like new as it sits there in the picture. History check on the car says it was first registered 15th of October 1987. They're saying it's a 1988. I don't know whether that's the donor car that they used, but we'll have a look through the history of the vehicle now and see what it's saying. Its last sale was November 2015. It had 72,738 miles. Mileage is a bit all over the show. In September 2010, it drops down to 60,000 miles. The year after that, it goes to 6,440 miles. That'll be a typo, no doubt. And then it goes up the year after that to 74,000 miles. Someone's not bothered by that. The van's been snapped up. It's gone, but I just had to include it on the list this week, and that is number one. Number two on the list this week isn't the most sporty car in the world, but I genuinely believe everyone's got some memory in their lifetime of a 1989 Ford Fiesta 1.1 Popular Plus, totally original low miles, free UK delivery. Can't get my words out today. This car is on for £3,495 and it has done 59,000 miles. In the listing, it says a 1989 Ford Fiesta Mark II 1.1 Popular Plus, maritime blue with grey upholstery. First registered on the 1st of March 1989, this stunning Fiesta looks as good as the day it left the factory. Having covered only 69,000 miles throughout its life, it has been very well cared for and is a rare sight on the UK road today. Purchased by the last keeper 4 years ago, he set out about bringing it back to the condition you see today. It has been a labour of love and he has only sold the car due to storage restrictions and the restoration of a Cortina. But we must pay real credit to him for the outstanding work he has carried out in bringing this car back to its former glory. The car is totally unmolested and retains all of its original features, including the optional spot lamps and FM radio, and also original dealer window sticker and number plates. The history file also has the original Ford factory build sheet. The paintwork is an exceptional and fully detailed engine bay, means that this car is ready for any showground or classic car rally. The interior follows the theme of the car with unmarked carpets, great upholstery and a roof lining with no stains or stretching. 80s Fords have been gaining momentum over the last couple of years, and although this isn't an XR2, it is still an exciting find. I agree with them on this. The pictures really do this car justice. You can see the shine in the paint. It looks like brand new. The scenery they've took the car pictures in as well is stunning. Really makes the car pop out from the background. There'll be someone out there who'll want this car. £3,495. Don't think it's too much considering how the Ford prices are going. History check on the car. As in the listing, 1st of March 1989, it was first registered near Guildford. MOT history of the car. Last failed in November 2016 with the usual rust issues, which is when it must have come off the road and got restored. It's passed ever since then. Few advisories last time. Ball joint slight play, wheel bearings have slight play. They ain't big jobs, they're nothing to worry about. If the car's rock solid, which this one looks like it should I say, cracking car, get it bought, number 2 on the list. Since we've featured a few of these now over the past few weeks, it's a 1989 Ford Sierra XR4x4 2.9 EFI Classic Ford. This has been reduced to £4,750 and it's got 77,209 miles. Quickly looking at the pictures of this car, I love cars in black anyway. Love the little windscreen wipers on the headlamps. This car isn't an absolute minter, but if anyone's after a light project, this is definitely something you can get stuck into. Let's have a look what it says in the listing. It says Ford Sierra XR4x4 2.9 EFI, F-Reg 1989, car in good condition for year, 77k. This car has been off the road for 20 years, stored in a container. No rust. 99% completed, just needs a few bits. It's just had 2 outer sills replaced, left rear arch replaced, brake discs and pads all round, exhaust system, air filter, oil filter, new fuel pump, new fuel tank, front wiper blades, rear brake pipes, front door speakers, 12 months MOT. Bad points. Rear boot spoiler, slight bubbling, not too bad. Rear tailgate strut needs replacing. Near side rear door moulding inserts need replacing. See image. Dashboard has 4 holes where there was a car phone holder. Rev counter does not work. Unfortunately, no service history. Brackets lost. This has had light cosmetic repairs, not a full restoration. Part exchange welcome. Please contact me for more information. No time wasters. What everyone puts on their eBay listings, no time wasters. I just don't get people who bid and then go silent. It's just weird. Absolutely weird. It says it's a 1989 Ford Sierra XR4x4. First registered on Monday the 13th of February 1989. I was 4. Near Reading. On the MOT history of the car, it's only got 2 on its history, which are April 2020 and May 2020. It's got brake pipes are corroded, front suspension arm ball joint excessively worn. So they're not massive failures then really. Brake pipes go on most cars, especially Fords. I remember when I worked at Ford, you used to have to make them, take the old one off and have the little bender and put in the tool on the end to when you put the caps on. Can't remember what it was called years ago. But I really like this XR4x4i. I personally always go for a Cosworth, but if they're out of your budget, something like this is definitely something you can have on your drive and get stuck into and have fun in the weekends in. That's number 3 on the list. Number 4 on the list is a Ford Escort Mark 1 RS 2000 full nut and bolt restoration. This car caught my eye on eBay, absolutely love it. It's just there's one thing that I don't like about it and it's a left-hand drive. Would any of you guys buy a left-hand drive car and drive it on the UK roads, or would it have to be a right-hand drive car? Me personally, it'd have to be a right-hand drive car, especially if I'm paying £45,000 for the thing. But I've got to say, as this sits on my screen now, it's absolutely stunning. I don't ever remember these being on the roads. When I was growing up, these were still like a classic car then. They must be classed as like a super classic car now because they're still going. Really old cars. Love the guys who spend all this time and effort restoring them, especially nut and bolt restorations, guys doing them on their own or whether you pay someone to do it, each to their own. But in the listing, it says, offered for sale by Lotus Outlaws is this stunning, recently restored left-hand drive Mark 1 Escort RS 2000. This is an original German left-hand drive RS 2000. It is currently with just its second owner and before restoration. It had been off the road in a barn since 1983. From factory it was fitted with Group 1 steering wheel, a half roll cage and harnesses, all backed up by the original paperwork. Large history file with the car from its time in Germany to the UK. The restoration was completed by Escort to very near concours standard, with restoration with receipts of over £30,000. Exterior finished in its original Stardust silver with blue decals, which is now a rare colour to find in these Mark 1 RS cars, and it is also body coloured underneath. It has its original RS wheels and even the original centre caps, original front and back bumpers, and that have been re-chromed impeccably. The interior again is stunning. Shield seats, I can't even say that. Shield seats have been retrimmed and are imperfect to match the rest of the interior, which is near concours. Sorry if I stutter and splutter when I'm reading these descriptions out, but there's like words missing sometimes and spelling mistakes, and obviously my brain just absolutely goes into overload. £45,000 or nearest offer. This car has been fully checked over by Lotus Outlaws before sale. A great investment opportunity. No time wasters, no dancing bears, and no Texans. Don't know what that means. The Texans just always want to have a good deal or bid you low. I don't know. He's a Texan into your fast and loud. Richard Rawlins. This 1975 Ford Escort RS 2000 was first registered in May 2018 near Norwich. That's clearly when it was first registered in the UK. MOT wise on the car, they go back to 2017 June. It passed with 23,846 miles, although the latest one is in kilometres, which is 23,874 kilometres. Not sure if it should be in kilometres or miles. With it being a German car, it's probably kilometres. I don't know too much about these cars. Like I just said previously, they were rare cars when I was growing up. You'd very rarely see them. I think the only one I ever saw on the road was a Mexico, a white and red Mexico. The decals were red on it. It just really stood out to me on eBay, this. It is a left-hand drive, but someone will buy it, someone will want it. Absolutely stunning car, and that's off to the guys who restored it. That's number 4 on the list. The bonus vehicle this week, number 5, is a 1992 Ford Escort 1.6 two-door. As you can see by the pictures, I just have to include this car because people are either going to love it or hate it. I wouldn't drive a car that looked like that. I think it's got a gremlin or something airbrushed on the bonnet as well. But I bet that paint job wasn't cheap. The car has done 113,000 miles, and there's got to be someone out there who'll buy it. It's up for £2,490. Now, I want you to let me know in the comment section below what possession you own that you'd swap straight for that car, or how much you would actually pay for it. Because I feel that there's going to be so many opinions about this car, but I feel there's so many good opinions as well of what you would actually do to actually get it sold. I personally feel that car needs respraying or at least wrapping to get it moving, because when I've done a history check on the car, it's been for sale, this car, for nearly 2 years. June 2018 that car was listed on eBay. So for 2 years while I've been looking on eBay, looking at cars, this car's always been sat there with that paint job. So it needs something doing to it to get it moving and get it to its new home. On the MOT history of the car, it's pass, fail, pass, fail, pass, pass, fail. It's a checkered history car. Last MOT was in June 2017. It's been listed since 2018. It's probably been stuck on that forecourt. It had 3,370 miles, which would be 103,370 miles. I have to think about that then. It's such a shame. These cabriolets, there's loads of cabriolets for sale at the moment actually, especially the Mark IV Escorts. I didn't even realise they sold so many. They must have been pumping these cars out back in the day. For so many to still have made it to the end here with the rust issues that they have and stuff, they must have sold absolute bucket loads. I'd love to know what the numbers were from like the 80s and 90s when they were firing these things out. But this is my oddball this week. It makes me smile. It's a bit of a fun car. Someone out there may buy it one day. It's just there's cheaper cars out there that are all one colour. Very bespoke paint job, very individual. And when you start doing things like that to cars, you get a very individual market as well. And they tend to stick around a little bit more. Maybe the guys who've got it at the dealership that's selling it like it as a bit of a talking point. Something that stands out on eBay, gets people looking at what other stock they've got. But that's my oddball, and that's number 5 on the list. Right, everyone, that's episode 13 done and boxed off this week. Hope you're still enjoying these. I love making them. I love looking at all the cars. I spend absolute hours doing this. Any free moment, you won't find me on Facebook or on Twitter or anything, or Instagram. You'll find me on eBay looking at cars, what's just been listed. Loads of projects out there as well at the moment that people seem to be snapping up as people try and offload them, maybe getting a bit more cash in the bank. But please, please, please hit the subscribe button. Stay safe as we continue through lockdown, and I'll see you in the next episode.